Around midday on Tuesday, at least 5 heavily armed terrorists, including 3 suspected Pakistanis, emerged from the surrounding forests and opened indiscriminate fire on unsuspecting tourists. The assault was brutal, calculated, and shockingly intimate. The Indian Express has learned that at least 5 terrorists, including 3 from Pakistan, are suspected to have opened fire on tourists at the Baisaran Valley Meadow in Pahalgam on Tuesday. According to sources, eyewitness accounts and intelligence reports suggest that at least 2 of the attackers are suspected to be local militants. An officer from the security establishment told the Indian Express, and I quote, "The Urdu that they, as in the foreign terrorists, spoke is from certain parts of Pakistan. At least 2 local militants are suspected to be accompanying them." Authorities have released sketches of at least 3 terrorists and announced a reward of 20 lakh rupees each for any information about them. Highly placed sources said one of the suspects is believed to have been involved in an attack on an IAF convoy, which claimed the life of a corporal rank personnel last year. A source from the central agency said, and I quote, "The 2 others are believed to be from Bijbehara and Tokepora, Kulgam. They went to Pakistan in 2017 and returned to the valley last year. Information has been received that they received training in Pakistan. They were associated with the Jaish-e-Mohammed, and initial investigation suggests that the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the Jaish allied to execute this attack." Another source said they are probing the involvement of a top Lashkar command, Saifullah Kasuri, alias Saifullah Khalid, who has been a part of several terror attacks for nearly 2 decades now. He's close aide of 26/11 Mumbai attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed, sources said. But the question that haunts the nation is, where are these terrorists now? All attackers are believed to have fled to the higher reaches of the Pir Panjal range, and search operations are underway by the army, the Central Paramilitary Forces, and the J&K police. An officer from J&K police said the attackers are suspected to have had on body cameras, which is now a normal practice these days. He added, and I quote, "All attacks in Jammu in the past 3 years have been shot through body or gun-mounted cameras. These videos are used for propaganda purposes. The LeT has come out with propaganda material using the footage. It's still unknown how the attackers entered Kashmir and for how long they have been in the valley." A team of senior National Investigation Agency officers reached the crime scene on Wednesday. The agency is likely to take over the investigation from the local police. The FIR filed in connection with the attack states, and I quote, "The police station has received information through reliable sources that unidentified terrorists on the direction of their master sitting across the border and by acquiring illegal weapons opened indiscriminate fire on tourists." Home Minister Amit Shah visited the Baisaran Meadow, the site of the attack, and also held security review meetings with top officials from the police, the intelligence bureau, and the army in Srinagar. He also met victims of the attack. Calling it cold-blooded murders, a senior office probing the attack told the Indian Express that most of the victims were shot in the head and chest. At least 12 victims had head injuries from close range, another officer said. The attackers appeared from the jungle and went back in once the carnage was over. Asked why security agencies didn't pick up the movement of terrorists in such major tourist spot, the officer said the modus operandi of the terrorists has changed drastically, making it difficult to keep tabs. He said, and I quote, "We were anticipating an attempt to carry out a terror attack on the railways or non-local workers, and we had taken preventive measures accordingly." An officer explained, and I quote, "These terrorists operate in small groups and do not come out of the jungles even in -10 degrees Celsius. They don't use any gadgets, so there is no possibility of gathering technical intelligence. Besides, they keep on moving. For example, if there is input about the presence of a group of terrorists on the ridges of Sunarg, by the time we respond, they have already shifted to another area. Within a few days, they could be in upper reaches of Pahalgam or even Bandipur. It is all connected through the jungles." He said the influx of tourists, especially in Pahalgam, is massive.